Hey traders, we've been talking about this gold monster trade, and I just wanted to show you how easy it can be building these positions with these trade signals, with these indicators. Just buy when it says buy. Simple as that. And stop loss. Wow, we've got a couple of tools you can use. And then what we'll do is we'll look at another opportunity, our next entry point. So we'll plan our next trade. So for the stop loss, the trend channel's pretty good. So have a look at this 30-minute chart, right? So you just run with the green dots that you see under here, and that's your stop loss right there. Just wherever the green dot is under your price when you enter the trade there. Okay, you'll see those green dots where my mouse is, under here and under here. Okay. So what we'll do now is we're going to have a look at another potential entry. So what we do is we now close this one, and then we're looking for the next opportunity. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to TradingView, and we'll take those off because I'm not allowed to show them on TradingView. All right, and we'll talk about how we're going to get involved. By the way, if you haven't already, check out my Forex account management. Having a pretty good outcome with that, and it's very affordable. All right, publish, and we'll go to TradingView. Start again. Okay, we're looking at this gold monster trade, and I've been talking about this. If you look at my videos, click on gold, go back, gold monster trade, and it's been going on for quite some time, right? So we're just adding to our position. Now, quite a few of my followers are in these trades. So what I want to do is we'll come back and we'll have a look at our next entry point. So we're going to plan this next trade, but just very briefly to go out and show you what this is about. Right, my target for gold is actually this year is 10,000, way up here. So, and look, however long you've been doing this, like you've been following me, this is just an example of what we're doing, what we're aiming for here to achieve, right? So, you know, just the target on these, well, that's 9,000 there. That's 9,000, right? So let's just go back and have a look. This is the daily time frame. So that's 86R, 50R, 46R, okay, 46R, 45, 44. And this is a daily. How many positions can you open in a day? Maybe one, maybe two. So you could consider that for every one of these, there could be two positions open. And you enter, you close 50% at 1R and you leave it alone. Or you pull the stop loss up halfway and you do the same. Now, closer to the current price, you'll be pulling your stop loss up halfway. Going back, you'll then move these to break even, just to increase your, return if it was to pull right back. And what's going to happen is every now and again, it's going to take a dump and you're going to lose all of these. Don't forget, you've already taken 50% partial profits off every single one. So you're building your account as you go, and it just doesn't matter. Then it takes off again, and these are still in the system. That's it. We do the same thing again here. These are still in the system. You get a pullback, all right? They wipe out these ones. You've already made money on them anyway, okay? So think about if you'd started this back here, what is this worth in dollar value? Just try to wrap your head around that. Okay, the monster trade. So what we'll do now is we'll come back to our current level. Just go to a 1 hour chart. So what we've been doing is on the pullback, we look to re-enter. All right, now then I talked about this in my previous video, this VWAP, and I was saying, okay, this is starting to extend out from VWAP, and that was up in here, and then it pulled back into VWAP. Now look, here's from this previous low, we could actually move it. Okay, we'll do that. Grab VWAP again, and we could anchor it on this low. Look how far away from VWAP this is. All right, some of you might want to argue that we should put it a little bit closer. Fair enough. Throw it in here if you like. Doesn't matter. Have a look. We are way out here. This VWAP is this blue line through here. Now, whenever you extend out like this, you've got to expect it to pull back. So we're looking for another entry, and that's going to be, if we just grab a couple of things here. Now, notice what I've been marking up. Every pullback, I mark up the pullback, and then we just look for the break of structure. All right, so let's just hypothetically, right, we see some sort of a pullback. It trends back like it did, and then it breaks out, it breaks structure. So we're looking for 30-minute. I like the 30-minute. Okay, we're looking for this to pull back. All right, it'll trend down, but at some stage, it's actually going to break structure. Watch out for a dip under. Wherever that plays out, it could be here, could be here, could be here. Or they might go for a big dipper, you know, to hunt liquidity a bit further under here, who knows. But at some stage, when this pulls back, it's going to break structure. So all you need to do is have a system in place that gives you this rotation, breakup structure, and you want to catch exactly as we've been doing this whole time. Doesn't change. It's the same thing over and over again, and it makes a lot of money. All right? Wherever that pulls back, okay, you're going to get that. And then the entry will be, now there's a thing about this. If you've been in this trade, there's just no risk whatsoever when you take that. Why? Because you have already built a buffer by closing 50% of all of these, and you've also got these in there in the system. So your account is way ahead. You know, you're well and truly in the clear. So this is a zero risk strategy once you get going. Now, if this is going to be your first trade, well, there might be a little bit of concern. It might get taken out. Who knows? Because at some stage, you know, it could pull back, could do that, fake out, and then run liquidity before it. You know, I'm actually expecting gold to pull back and give us a bit of a headache at some stage soon. All right, but you enter this trade, and the first opportunity, just stop under the previous low. The first opportunity, just go for broke with that. At 1R, you can just measure it with this tool here. All right, grab that, throw it up there. Okay, look, target 1R. So that'll be a 1R target. Just grab that. That's your target there. All right. However it works out, this pulls back and starts to break structure, you enter. Close 50%, and then all you do is you move your stop loss up so that it's in the money. Go halfway, and then, you know, give it a bit of room to breathe. And, you know, with that, we look for continuation. So that's the monster trade strategy, guys. Just try to wrap your head around it. And if you have the discipline to implement this, 2026 could be absolutely life-changing for you in a big way, right? So here's an invite for you to follow what I'm doing here, jump on board, follow these ideas, and get yourself set up so that when that happens, you get an opportunity to enter and start to build your positions. Okay, so that's gotta sort that out. Anyway, love it if you comment, guys. With that, have a great day. Safe trading. See you in the next one.